All right, Dr. Shankopotamus here. We're going to be working this evening on a Lenovo computer here. I think this is one of the IdeaPads or the ThinkPads. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a Yoga 3 Pro. My daughter had for about a year, and the card here. Let me show this. There you go. So I got to put into it. The hard drive, and it's a solid state hard drive, has gone bad after just a year. I'm going to be putting in a, here we go. There you go. I'm going to be putting in the, who are these people? 480 gigabyte BP5E. Anyway, if you're working on a Lenovo, this particular Lenovo, you're after an 80 millimeter 2280 M2 NGFF solid state drive, and this is pretty much what it looks like. All right, and well, there's the that guy. Okay, it's upside down one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, good. So anyway, the sad thing about this Lenovo is that that hard drive went out just about 3 weeks after the 1-year warranty on it. So it took me forever, but I finally got a hold of somebody at Lenovo, or whoever builds these things, HP or whoever these people are, and pretty much they were useless. What I finally got from them was, hey, you should go and just pay the $200 and get it fixed. I thought having a hard drive go out 2 weeks after the warranty's out, not really that acceptable, but they seem to think, yeah, that's no big deal. They wanted $200 to repair it, so I told them just send it back in. I got this little guy. I think he was 130 bucks, 125, $130. So we're going to put it in and see what happens. I have run several tests on it to verify this is the hard drive, and it looks like they're right. The hard drive is absolutely shot, and it won't do anything. If you've been working on anything, here you go. You want to, like electronic like this, you want to get yourself a wristband. Oop, right up in there. Okay, a static wristband, anti-static wristband, because you'll end up breaking something big time. Now let me grab my kit here. Actually, you just had to go buy these. We've got lots of different tools. Turns out it takes a very small Torx to get this guy open. I think it's a T5. The smallest size that I have around here is a T6, which is pretty darn small, but it just wouldn't fit. So I went and got some smallers here, and I've got a 4 and a 5 in that kit, and we're going to see if this will do it. Online they said it was a 5, but I got one that has a 4 in it as well, just in case. And you never know when you might need it. So we'll open this thing up. Home Depot, I don't know, $6 plus tax or something. I don't know, not too bad at all. So I get this puppy opened up, and there go all my pieces. There he is. All right. Okay, goes together pretty nicely. Not bad. Spins. I said this one's pretty cheap. It doesn't spin real well. I've got some really nice ones you can put your tip on and just spin them like that. They're really nice. This one, it's okay. $5, it's fine. So on the back here, you've got 10 screws. Also, I've seen online that a lot of these screws will pop out on you just for poops and giggles. They'll just fall out just because they're in the mood to fall out. And then that people have had some warranty problems after these things fall out, and them accusing you of opening the case. But you know, who knows? Just trying to check and see what's the best one that fits. And it looks like this little guy is going to be it right here. Yeah. Who is he? Yep. Looks like it's a T5 that fits the best. Because this next one up, where is he? There's the T6. And he just doesn't, well actually, yeah, he just doesn't quite fit. T6 just doesn't make it. So you're going to need a T5. As you can see if I can get him in there. I don't know if it'll focus on that. Maybe with my hand behind it, it will. That thing's pretty darn small, a little T5. Okay. So I'm gonna load it up. Okay, go to work here, and what you want to do is get your screws out, don't lose them. Another neat thing with this little SSD card, it came with a little screwdriver here. Where's that? Right there. It's always hard telling the camera. Okay, there you go. And a little tie down screw in case you lose it, I guess. There it is. It's a little screwdriver. I don't know. But anyway, kind of handy dandy. So we're gonna take these little guys off. Oh, the other thing that you're gonna want to have nearby, I got it up here somewhere where I've been working. I guess I got a couple of them. Looks like they used blue. Yeah. Look at the bottom of that. Can you see? Almost. Come on, focus. Anyway, it's got a little blue on the bottom of it. That's Loctite. Okay. I got plenty of that stuff around all the things that I do. Oops. So I've got both blue and red Loctite here. So take your pick, but you're going to want some thread locker to go on these when you put them back in. All right, because if they weren't falling out on their own before, these little bad boys are going to be falling out. And see, this doesn't like to stay in. So like I said, for $5 it's not bad. There's some much better precision tool companies out there than Husky. But hey, what the heck. Home Depot's right down the road. Easy enough to pick it up. Bring my daughter home from dance. Stop off by Home Depot. No big deal. Had 2.5 hours of dance practice today. Good golly, Miss Molly. Everything seemed to go fine. But so we get these on off. I'm gonna try this video a little bit different too, so I can run it all in one take. And not have to do a bunch of cuts. That's kind of weird. Look, a magnet right up underneath there. How about that? Kind of special. Kind of special. Been a long day. I should have videotaped the painting the rear end of the Mustang. Pulled the whole rear end off of my '85 Mustang GT yesterday. Took the whole thing apart. Pulled all the gears out. Gonna have to do the gears. I just might tape that one. It's already been painted, but I could tape how I put it all back together again. It's kind of fun. So from what I see online, this thing should just pry right up for us. So we're going to make our way around here and see if I can get this to just pry up. Sounds like it does. I would not, I would use either just, the tips of your fingernails pulling this up, or very small pry tools. I've got plenty of those I use down in the garage. I didn't bring them up because I didn't think it would be hard to pull this thing up. Do not stick, like a knife or something, up underneath it to try to pry things up like this. Don't do anything like that. You're liable to cut something, damage something. It will just lift straight up, just like that. There you are. It's up and off. Okay, so now we're looking at the computer, and you can see. So I'm keeping this anti-static wrist strap on here, and I'm going over to get our new hard drive. Being old school and growing up with a 5.5-inch floppy disk, this is crazy to me that you can do this. But of course, I have a electrical engineering and a mechanical engineering background, so I guess advancements had to be made, didn't they? But it's pretty amazing. So this is what you're after. This is the bad boy right here. This is your Wi-Fi right here. If you have to replace your Wi-Fi and have any kind of problems with it, and you got a fan down here. This is your main motherboard right here. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to mess with it, but I think your processor is just below there. But don't take my word for that because I'm not 100% sure. But fan, main motherboard, hard drive over here, Wi-Fi over here. Okay. So we're going to be very, very careful getting this bad boy out. Going to unscrew over here. And since they provided us a fancy schmancy little screwdriver, I'll just use that one. I've got another set of screwdrivers somewhere. Here we go. I've got several sets of these. I've got probably 4 different sets of these, but this is the little one that I was using. Several options here. So I can pull one out of there if I need to, but this is the one that just didn't have a 5 in it. Just went down to 6. And as you can see, we needed a T5. So we're going to be very careful. Get this little bad boy out of here if he'll come. I might need something to get a little more torque behind it because this is a very small screwdriver. That might be a torque too. Let me just check it. Get up close. Nope. That's a regular Phillips. Regular Phillips right there. That thing's just not going to do it. That thing's too small. Let me get my other screwdriver out here. Just give me a second to get one that'll do it up in here. The right size. See if this one will do it. Okay, here. I can get a little more torque on this thing. There you go. Sorry for the delay in the video there, but needed to get that out. There it is. And you can see with this little guy, I've got a little more oomph to it. The end actually broke off over the years that I've used it. We'll set him aside. Excuse me. Try to clear my throat there after dinner. So we're just going to lift up right here. Be very careful. And then it should just come out just like that. That simple. So there's your shot hard drive. Okay. Grab our new hard drive. Now take a close look as you start to put it back in, okay, to these. Let me get it up here closer so y'all can see what's going on. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. I need a cameraman or a woman help me out with this. Okay, and you can see that there's 3, right? Well, actually, there's 1, 2, 4, there's like 5 on one side and 6 on the other. On the end here, it's not the same size side to side, so you can tell how it goes. Okay, gives you an idea of how it slides in. And also, I'm guessing for all of them, your label's going to be up. This one, the label is up, but it should slide right in for us. And just get a hold of him here and pop him in. Down he goes. Look at that. Happy as a pig in poop. Now, I'm not exactly sure why they included this screw. I guess it's for clumsy people who lose it, but honestly, this screw that they provided, I don't know, it's off camera, so it's hard to see, but it's small. It's down in there. Who cares? This screw that came with it is, what do you call this? Not a flat head. No, excuse me. Can't clear my throat there. Not a pan head, but the head of the screw is really, really flat, so that it won't interfere with anything above it, i.e. the back of the board. So I'm going to reuse the screw that came with the system, so I don't have a screw sticking up over here. That's what I'm going to do. Tied it down snug. You're going screw into plastic. No torque wrenches here like with my other stuff, with the big stuff, but you can over tighten that, all right, because you're going into plastic and you could strip that, so be very careful. Just tighten it down until it feels good and snug. And there is our final product. Very simple. Very simple. All right. So we're going to take it, put the back on it. All right. Very carefully put the back on it. Screw everything back down. All right. Whoops. So get the back on there the right way and we'll be good to go. So anyway, we'll put the back on, pop it down, put all of our screws in, and we'll fire it up. Oh, one trick here that you need to know if you're going to be working on this thing. If you've gotten to this point, you probably already know it, but if you don't, on this Lenovo, all of them have some kind of reset button. It's on this side. Obviously, this is the right-hand side. Here's the power button. Can y'all see that? There's a power button. Right next to the power button is what looks like kind of a reset button. Power on, hold that button down, and that'll get you into the BIOS setup for it. What you're going to want to do after you put your new hard drive in, where's my disk? Here it is. Obviously, you can tell by looking at this that it has the ISO for Windows 10 on it. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? But anyway, I think all you need is 2 gig drive or something. This is a little 8 gig thumb drive. But you go online, go to the Windows website, or just Google Windows 10 ISO, download the ISO, load it up onto your thumb drive. It'll create an ISO startup for you. And then all you do is plug it in. That's how I've been testing it using this, and I was able to figure out it really is the hard drive. So you're just going to plug this in, fire it up. If you need to, use that reset button. The reset button will allow you to go into the BIOS and set the BIOS for using the USB as your primary drive. Okay, tells you what the USB is the primary drive. You leave all of your, what is it, EIUF, leave all that in place, but just switch your primary drive over. And then when you power up, this will show up just like your Windows load. It'll load it all. Then you go online and get yourself certified, and then you're certifiable. So there we are. That's putting the new SSD drive into the Lenovo Yoga 3 Pro. No worries, very easy, very simple. Just have the right couple of tools. Get you a wrist and a standard wrist strap so you don't destroy your equipment. Get yourself a ISO on your thumb drive. Load it back up, no worries. Thank you all for watching.